Welcome to the review of Tokyo Ghoul Re Season 2. Now onto the episodes. Place and so once again begins with the CCG planning to go after Aogiri's base. Sen holds a press conference admitting to being a ghoul. The CCG looks for Rize. Sen tells Kaneki that she suspects that the Washus are against mankind. Arima defeats Sachi. Nomura visits Sen. Kaneki speaks to Sen. Ghouls begin to raid Kakuya. Place and so once again ends with Kaneki visit NG Hinami. Volt White Darkness begins with Ayato fighting Arima. Renji and Toka join the fight. Nomura confronts Kaneki. Kaneki and Hinami defeat Nomura. Kaneki confronts Arima. Sen escapes her cell. Kaneki and Arima fight. Volt White Darkness ends with Arima killing himself. Union Cross game begins with the CCG attacking Aogiri's base. CCG and Aogiri fight. The CCG fights Tatara. Takizawa defeats Tatara. Kuro meets with Kano. Amon saves Akira from Takizawa. Amon and Takizawa fight. Kano sends a ghoul after Kuro. The groups continue to fight. Nishiki confronts Kano. Union Cross game ends with Shu helping Aogiri. Vive Those Left Behind begins with Nishiki fighting the ghouls. Kuki and Takizawa fight. Akira saves Takizawa. Takizawa takes Akira. Amon fights the CCG. Amon flees. The CCG learns that the Washus are ghouls. Uta breaks Donato out. Kaneki and Arima talk. Arima wants Kaneki to take credit for his death. Vive Those Left Behind ends with Arima dying. Move Confluence confusion begins with Kaneki waking up at Onteku. The members of Onteku, Aogiri and some members of the CCG meet. The members make a group called GOAT to achieve coexistence between ghouls and humans. A CCG building gets attacked. Kaneki gets Naki to join GOAT. GOAT brings Akira to a doctor. GOAT meets with the Great Wheel Act. Kaneki and Amon talk. Akira and Amon talk. Akira learns that Toka killed her father. Move Confluence confusion ends with Akira meeting with Toka and Hinami. Face Effulgence begins with Mutsuki thinking about Kaneki. Nomura becomes the chief of the CCG. Juzo takes Arima's place in the CCG. The CCG fights a ghoul group known as Clowns. Kuki fights Donato. Juzo learns that some of the clowns are human. Juzo and his squad confront Uta. Psycho helps Kuki. Nomura visits Mutsuki. Nomura makes Mutsuki a leader of a new Quinks squad. The Quinks squad executes some clowns. Face Effulgence ends with Nomura planning to kill all ghouls. Proof Bonds begins with Amon and Akira talking. Toka and Kaneki talk. The CCG targets ghoul hideouts. Mutsuki meets with Kaneki. Mutsuki attacks Kaneki and Toka. Juzo and Kuki talk. Kaneki and Toka have sex. The CCG celebrates a wedding. The clowns hold a meeting. A member of the CCG's wife gets held for being friends with a ghoul before. Kaneki learns that Toka is pregnant. Kaneki and Toka plan to get married. Kuki and Psycho talk. Proof Bonds ends with Kaneki and Toka getting married. Incarnation Awakened Child begins with the CCG raiding the wedding. Kuki and another CCG investigator confront Nomura. Goat and the CCG fight. Kuki and the investigator fights Roma and another ghoul. Toka and Mutsuki fight. Kaneki confronts Juzo and the Quinks squad. Kaneki and Juzo fight. Kuki kills Roma and the ghoul. Nomura kills the CCG investigator. The CCG shoots Nomura. Kuki meets Hide. The Quinks squad attacks Kaneki. Kaneki meets with his different selves. Kaneki attacks the Quinks squad. Incarnation Awakened Child ends with Kaneki becoming a monster. Morse Remembrances begins with Kaneki attacking the city. Kano kills himself. Hide talks to Amon and Akira. Itori visits with Goat. Goat plans to save Kaneki. Hide visits with Goat. Hide and Goat want to work with the CCG. The groups learn that Nomura resigned from the CCG. The CCG and Goat team up. Nishiki and Kimi talk. Hide and Toka talk. The group learns of a way to locate and save Kaneki. The monster releases underlings. Mutsuki confronts Kuki and Psycho. Morse Remembrances ends with the duo stopping Mutsuki from killing herself. Call the Far Side of Tragedy begins with Kaneki attempting to return. Kaneki and Rize talk. The group searches for Kaneki. Toka finds Kaneki. The group visits Kaneki. Citizens start to become ghouls. Kaneki wakes up. The monster continues to attack. Kaneki, Kuki and Psycho explore the city. The monsters spray mist that turns people into ghouls. The trio returns to HQ. Psycho becomes a full ghoul from the mist. Call the Far Side of Tragedy ends with Kaneki and Hide talking. Act Encounters begins with the group learning that the monster has another core. Kaneki and Ayato go to the monster. The group fights the clowns. Another owl arrives. Kaneki and Ayato fight the underlings. Donato confronts Amon. Renji confronts Uda. Renji and Uda fight. Amon and Donato fight. Amon and Donato talk. The group continues to fight the clowns. Act Encounters ends with Kaneki confronting Nomura. The final episode begins with Kaneki and Nomura fighting. Kaneki and Nomura talk. The groups continue to fight. The group defeats the clowns. Kaneki defeats Nomura. Kaneki destroys the core. 6 years pass. Juzo visits with Shinohara. Ginshi's sister gets better. The final episode ends with the group visiting Kaneki, Toka and their daughter. That was Tokyo Ghoul Re Season 2. Now onto my final thoughts. Starting with the good, the characters were good. The story was alright and a good conclusion. The opening theme Catharsis by Toru Kitajima. Now onto the bad. The pace wasn't good but was an overall improvement from Season 1. Some of the characters were also useless. Overall I would give it a 6.5 out of 10.